Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman, and I figured I'd just do a quick video for everybody if they're at home and they are struggling with the setup of these proportions. So you had this worksheet, it's problem solving with proportions, and let's just dive into this, okay? So I'm not going to solve all of them with you, I'm going to just help you get the setup correct, okay? So the first thing you need to do is read the problem, obviously. In this case, it says if a car can travel 105 miles on 7 gallons of gas, how far can it travel on 9 gallons of gas? So you have the ratio right here that I'm putting in a box, right? So that's 105 miles, and that's for every 7 gallons. Okay, so then we're going to put a proportion, line equals line, two equivalent ratios. And instead of 7 gallons, we want to know the distance. So this is our unknown, okay? That's what we do not know. But we do know we have 9 gallons of gas. Right? So first thing you got to do is set it up correctly. And again, you'll notice that gallons are both on the bottom here, and miles is what will be on top. And the other thing is you want to look for the connection from the completed side right here, okay? You want to look from that to this side that is incomplete. So we want to figure out what we need to do to get from one side to the other. And what you'll notice is 7 cannot be multiplied by anything that's a whole number to get to 9. So what you need to do is simplify that ratio over here. So 105 to 7 can be simplified down. If you take 105 and 7, they're both divisible by 7. So that's their greatest common factor. So you're going to get 1 gallon here, and 105 divided by 7. So you can go off to the side of your paper and do that math. You're going to get 15. Right? So we're saying that 15 miles for every 1 gallon of gas. All right, so we just simplified that to the unit rate, and we're going to then look, how do I get from 1 to 9? Well, I multiply by 9. So if you do the same, or if you do multiplication down here times 9, do the same thing up top, and 15 times 9 is what your answer will be for the number of miles. All right, for number 2, let's do that one in red here. It says a farmer uses 3 tons of fertilizer on 14 acres of land. How many acres can he fertilize? So we're missing the number of acres, but we know he has 45 tons. Right? So line equals line again is your setup for all of these. So we have 3 tons of fertilizer on 14 acres. So 3 tons for every 14 acres. And we know we have 45 tons of lovely smelling fertilizer. All right, so 45 tons goes there. And again, we're just making sure that, like in this case, we have tons with tons. And we're going to put the acres in line with the acres, which we don't know how many acres. So this one's pretty easy. To get from 3 to 45, we have to multiply by something because we're scaling that up. So you're going to scale this bottom number up, 14, by the same amount that we had to do it on top. So 3 times something gives you 45. 14 times that same number will tell us how many acres we could fertilize, right? Number 3, it takes Kenny 25 minutes to inflate the tires of 55 bicycles. How long will it take to inflate the tires of 121 bicycles? So 25 minutes, that's for 55 bicycles, and we want to figure out our time. So line equals line again. We're going to have 25 minutes, we know. It's right from the problem, and that will complete 55. I'm just going to call them bikes, all right? And we want to know how long. So we're missing our time, right? So that is a blank. We have 121 bicycles that we got to work on. So we want to see, can I multiply anything to get from 55 to 121? All right, and you'll easily see that no, because even if you double the number of bikes, you're going to have 110. So that's not going to work out. So you have to simplify this ratio. So you're looking for the biggest number that we'll divide into each. I'm just going to divide by 5. So 5 to 11. So then you take 11, and how many times you have to multiply 11 to get 121. Do the same thing to this 5 to get your answer in the green box. All right, the next one, it says, how many pizzas do you need for a party of 135 people? So we're looking for the number of pizzas. We know we have 135 people. If at the last party 90 people ate 52 pizzas, that's a lot of pizza. Assume the same rate of consumption. So, line equals line. We know that we have 90 people, 52 pizzas, and we want to figure out how many pizzas we need if instead of 90 people, we have 135 people. All right, so again, you're going to look at this. You're not going to be able to go from 90 to 135, right? So you're going to have to take that ratio and simplify it, okay, until you get to a number that you can use to multiply to get 135. So I'm looking at this and I notice that they're both even, so I may start with dividing by 2. See if that works. All right. Number 5, I said you could skip. All right. Number 6, it says Kim wants to expand her lawn mowing business. She presently mows 58 lawns with 6 workers. How many workers will she need if she plans to mow a total of 87 lawns? So she mows 58 lawns, 6 workers. So for every 58 lawns, there are 6 workers. Excuse me. And you want to know how many workers. So workers is right here. We don't know that. It says how many. All right. And we know we have 87 lawns. So again, we are just going to simplify this ratio right here and then use that to scale up to go over to 87. Do the same thing to the 6. All right. Let's see. And number 8 you got to skip, so let's look at number 7. It says at the apple orchard, each row of 7 apple trees yields 78 bushels of apples. If there are 112 trees in the orchard, how many bushels of apples should you expect to harvest? So, I'm going to show this one right here. So line equals line. We know we have 7 apple trees. So 7 trees will give us 78 bushels. And we know we have 112 trees. So we've got to scale this up. So again, we're going to look to see how many times do I multiply 7 to get 112. So to see if that works, we're just going to go ahead and divide that. So that's 16 times, right? So I did that down, or up there, I need to take 78 and multiply it by 16. So you are going to be dealing with some bigger numbers with these proportions that are in this worksheet, but honestly, if you want to show all your work, check it with a calculator. I'm 100% okay with that, but make sure you have you know, the little arches saying what you multiplied by and all of that stuff. So here's a setup. Essentially, you just need to fill in the blanks by figuring out, you know, what to do from one side to get to the other. All right. I hope this helped. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great night. Bye.